Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys, to the broadcast. For those of you who are coming through for the first time, you are more than welcome. For those of you who keep coming, keep doing what you're doing. I love it. Guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this content. You can put on your notification bell so that you're notified each time we post a new video. Guys, I wanted to do a video on Katlego. Everybody knows today, hashtag Katlego is back. It's quite an interesting thing. It's quite an emotional roller coaster watching the show. For those of you, Katlego Maboe is a TV presenter who works for Morning Expresso show on SABC3. It comes on every morning from about 6, I'm not sure, maybe till about 8 or so in the morning. There was a video that surfaced of him having an argument with his wife, asking him to confess to cheating and naming the woman that he's cheating with. So she took a video and asked him to speak while she's taking a video. And he confessed to cheating, and the wife exposed this video to the public. For that reason, Katlego was suspended from his job. He went through 2 years of public scrutiny. And also his wife alleged that he was abusive in his relationship. So he went to court cases trying to prove his innocence. And obviously, the corporate was forced to suspend him, and for 2 years, he has not been working on this show. And as you can imagine, the guy has been going through hell because this was all happening in public. As a public personality, it can't be easy. So Katlego was absolved from these allegations as the court could not find evidence to back up the allegations of abusing his wife. You know, guys, let's be real. First and foremost, Katlego's situation is still better than most South Africans. It is a little bit sobering. It's a little bit of everybody else's reality. There are people that have been in situations for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. So we're by no means taking his situation, because if you compare his life with an average South African's life, it's still far much better. But people like him, whose lives happen on public platforms, you know, we use as a small portion, we take a piece of what's happening in their lives to help us reflect with our own lives. There's so much more that most of us have been facing for more years. His situation has been only for 2 years, but it's been concentrated in front of our eyes. And we as people who are not in public platforms have no idea the intensity of the weight these guys carry. So there are lessons to be learned. I've known the guy, I've watched the guy, and I've just been in awe of everything that has happened in his life in front of our eyes and how it's played out, you know, because it has become more interesting to us now, because we may have taken him for granted. We may have taken things for granted. He may have taken his life for granted, but it's quite beautiful when you watch people come back in line. It may have been very educational for him, but it helps me as a person who's open to learning from his life, to learning from his mistakes, that much more worthwhile. And as a black South African man, existing in a space where some of our leaders who happen to be black have been scrutinized as failures, as incompetent, and all those things. Somehow, as a black man or as a black person, or sometimes maybe also women who relate, we all have spaces that we feel we're not welcome in, that we have to work extra hard. And we know the corporate world is dominated by white people. And I'm really not saying this to bash any race. It is what it is. We're a nation, we're a versatile nation who's trying to work together. And we've come out on top at difficult times. We've come out better people. And sometimes you just feel like it's all sensationalized, this whole Rainbow Nation thing, and you stop believing it, you know. There was a time it was nice, Nelson Mandela, Rainbow Nation, hoo-ha, everybody was loving each other. But we are learning that it has become something that is to have no meaning to us who are really struggling with real situations and who are alienated in our corners, that the colored person in the colored areas is not feeling part of the Rainbow Nation because he is having serious colored issues. And as a black person in the squatters, I'm feeling like I'm a black person having black issues. As a black man, I'm feeling like I'm having black issues. They've got nothing to do with the Rainbow Nation. And also the fact that there are people who exploit our country's weaknesses to push their own agenda, their own narrative, because it gets them votes, it gets them views on YouTube, it sells tabloids. So people exploit these weaknesses, these gaps and spaces to push a certain narrative that will suit whatever it is that they're seeking to achieve. Sometimes there's no sincerity, there's no sensitivity in how the truth is represented, because someone out there decided to take up space for whatever they're trying to build in order to create work, whether it being on YouTube, whether it being in politics, because there are political parties that will make gaps wider because they're trying to win those who feel marginalized. And yes, things are horrible in South Africa. Yes, there's racism. Yes, there's all these things. Yes, there's oppression. Yes, there's poor people. Yes, there's government stealing. But sometimes these things are magnified and made bigger than the fact that there is hope. And for the average person on the ground, they continue being hopeless because the truth is not being told for the right reasons. It's not being told to bandage scars, to heal. It's told to divide so that somebody can create work. And you sort of get annoyed with this whole notion that we're all getting along, because you feel in reality we're not. But I think there's a place to plug in South Africa. There's a place where you can plug in, where that really does exist. And that's what, for me, the Katlego story has done for me. You know, it's made me believe that it may not be happening in the pockets of your struggles, but there is a place in South Africa that we must all strive for, because there is a place where it does exist. I mean, you feel sometimes when everything is good for you, everybody loves you, you are interacting with different races, because at that point your career is flourishing. And then when you hit a low, you all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm black. I thought I was multiracial or whatever it is, you know. But this has given me hope, because I'm seeing here's a group of young people who are not one race, genuinely caring for Katlego and caring. And to see, and I apologize if I'm making this a race issue, but I'm trying to be real, you know. To see our black brother who has failed, but not being judged for, let me not say fail, who has made a mistake, but not judged on his mistake, but judged on his excellence, on what he can deliver. And being given that platform, even though he's made mistake, that platform given back to him, even though he's made mistakes, it's the most touching thing. That it gives me hope that not everybody looks at black people as failures. We knew that was going to happen. You know, a black person, you put them in front, they're going to disappoint you. You know, and I'm seeing this genuine friendship from his team, this genuine love, this genuine respect, and him, just seeing him through everything that is happening, coming back to being Katlego, who is a leader in that show. It was touching, guys, and I'm really not trying to make it bigger than what it is, but it's a small lesson about the reality of South Africans and the place that we need to strive for. And I'm grateful for that show. Yeah, man, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe.